Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we are solving count special triplets. So we are given an integer array nums in this problem, and we will look for the total number of special triplets in this array nums. And it is considered a special triplet if we have a triplet of I, j, and k, where j is greater than I and less than k, and the number at I and k are both 2 times of the number at j. So if we look at this example, we return 1. Because 6, 3, and 6 is a valid special triplet because 6 is 2 times 3. If we look at this example, 0 and these two zeros is a special triplet because 2 times 0 is 0. So we return 1. If we look at this example, we return 2 because we can form a special triplet with 8, 4, and 8. And we can also form it with 4, 2, and 4. So we return 2. So now that we have seen some examples, let's get to how we can solve this problem. So the main idea that we should know to solve this problem is we will loop through the array and look for the middle element, and when we see the middle element we multiply by 2 and see how many instances of that number will be on the left and on the right side. And if we multiply the left and the right, then that will be the number of special triplets that we can make at that index. If we look at this right here, if it's 4, there's 3 8s on the left, 3 8s on the right, and 4 times 2 is 8. So we will multiply 3 times 3, and it tells that we can make 9 special triplets. And as you can see, we can make 9 using these ways. So now that we know that idea, what we will do is we will loop through the array, and we will start with a count hash map with all the number of instances of each number, and current will display the number of instances we have iterated through. And to calculate the number of the left value we are looking for, we will just look at current, and to calculate the number on the right, then we will just take the number on count minus what is on current. So let's go over this example real quick. So first we are at 6, update current. The value we want to look for is 12. There's no 12 on the left, no 12 on the right. So we add nothing to result, get to the next number, update current. There's 2 instances of 6 now. We're looking for 12. Again, none on the left, none on the right. So move to the next number. Now that we are at 3, we are looking for 6 because 3 times 2 is 6. On the left, we see that there are 2 instances of 6. On the right, we take count minus the current. There's also 2 of them, so 2 on the right, and 2 times 2 is equal to 4. So we add 4 to result. And if you're wondering, these are the 4 triplets that we are looking for, that we will add to result. And move to the next number. Looking for 12, nothing on left, nothing on right. Move to the next number. Again, looking for 12, nothing on left and nothing on right. So we return 4 as our result. The time complexity would be O of n, where n is the number of values in the array because that is the number of iterations we may have to go through. And the space complexity will also be O of n because this count hash map can take up to n space. So now let's get to the coding part. And by the way, it didn't really matter in the example walkthrough, but in the coding part, we need to calculate the left first, then update the current, then calculate the right. Because if you look at this example, let's say we're here. So we calculate the left first, we get 1, and then we update the current to 2 instances. So we can calculate the right by subtracting 3 to 2, and there's 1 on the right. So first, we will set up the mod variable because that's the number we will need to modulo by in case the answer may be too large. Now we can set up the count hash map, so it will be the counter of nums. And we can set the initial hash map to an empty hash map and initialize result to 0. Now we will look through nums for n in nums. The target value we're looking for would be the number times 2. Calculate the left. Now we will update the current instance, and then we will calculate the right. So it will be current.get n, 0 plus 1. Now we can calculate the right. So it would be the number in count minus the number in current. And after that, we can update the result by adding left times right. And then finally, we can return the result. See if it works. Okay, perfect. Hope this was helpful. Thank you all for watching. If you have any other questions or comments, feel free to leave in the comment section, and I hope to see you all again soon.